they're both in that solid second, like 1B tier that now exists. It used to just be there's the top, and then there was a bunch of the 2 and the 3 and the 4, and now there's definitely 1 and 1B tiers in that top area. There's 20 sub 6 runners now in this game. We have a bunch of people who were threatening to get in there. I mean, I think Tapatio has a 6 flat. Scotty maybe at 601. No, Governator, I think, has a 601. There's a lot of runners really close. So we're waiting to see who's going to join that particular grouping. But for now, we switch our focus and all our attention upon Aquas at ETGoHam here. Funnily enough, ETGoHam for the logo is going to have the red helmet, but will be playing as player 1, while Aquas with a blue logo is playing as player 2.
Yeah, it figures it would line up that way, but what are you going to do? It's Smash TV. We're just going to run around and shoot dudes and see what happens anyways. So here we are in the first room. They both got that razor shield, both kind of stay in center, clean up dudes. Aquas was using it a little bit more aggressively and get out of here under 40 seconds easy.
A great opener for Aquas. It should be right around 40, just solid. And Ham, meanwhile, going to be close to 43. It's about 2.25, 2.5. A nice little lead, but as we know, that first drop is all important.
All right, and get a nuke here for Aquas. He's going to use it. See what the next thing is. Razor Shield on the feet. That's a nice drop to start with. More nukes for Aquas. Not what you really want.
But making good use of them, using them on the shrapnels, keeping them as a third nuke. That is unprecedented. I don't think I've ever seen that. And that says something.
Yeah, I mean, he's basically waiting until like the optimal time to use them. It's basically if you want to try to force more drops, pick them up, or if you want to try to not avoid that time penalty, let them sit.
But here's the thing about those nukes, right? They still did a solid job for him. Only lost a few seconds. Made good use and just did what he had. Now, this is interesting. No orb on board. Clean up the room so you have a clean slate. You're giving up about a second time penalty by doing that, but you set yourself up to have a good, clean room to work from.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes with these matches, it's better to have this room cleaned up so you don't lose control of it. But as you can see, if you don't get weapons, you're going to start having these shrapnels and enemies pile up on you.
Ham avoids the nuke there, which was a good move. No need to use it at this point. And not quite ready to leave here. Missing a lot of shots. That will buy a little bit of time possibly for Aquas. And indeed, it's probably gained 2 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, they're still right neck and neck with each other, but you can see how these little missteps or moves will really start to add up as you get going into the run.
Oh no! Ham gets an orb and then a razor shield, steps down, but the shield wasn't formed, and the shrapnel piece gets ETGoHam.
Yeah, that was super unfortunate. Luckily, the game gave him one as a complimentary prize, but that was the setup. He had it, and the game stole it from it, and now he loses the other orb. Just unfortunate series of events going on here.
And now an orb for Aquas. Let's see if Aquas can do better with the gifts being given here. Ham now struggling, gets another razor shield. We'll be able to use that as, I think that's back-to-back spreaders now for Aquas.
Yeah, but without that orb, he's really going to start to like lose time, especially with the 2 deaths. And you'll see Aquas is coming out of here at a 309, while ETGoHam is still working on this room.
So yeah, it's a 309. It's going to be about, it looks like a 319. So a 10-second lead as we get some product placement in the first race of this matchup. CHX.
With the Taco Bell. Product placement with Taco Bell.
Let's see if Tank Trouble will be nice. Tank Trouble's been mostly mean. That's a great start for Aquas. Take advantage. Just get rid of those gunners. Use the shield to protect you from the swarmers. Don't lose it on the shrapnels. Let's see what Ham gets. Rockets at the bottom, also great.
Yeah, that razor shield lets you just clean up the room without having to really work for it. Rockets the same deal, and then you get a razor shield. These are both great drops for these guys.
Ham at this point just wants to see those rockets keep showing up. The best drops in this room are rockets with no orb, believe it or not. But if you have the orb, you'll live with it. Oh, Ham dies, but gets rockets.
Yeah, when you have rockets and no orb, you can really milk them for a lot longer. really use them to their full potential. If you have that orb, you have to just keep getting those drops to get the full time save out of this room.
It's a 426 for Aquas in the Mutoid Man's room as Ham's finishing the room, loses the orb and loses his life. Disastrous.
Yeah, and that just, this run has been just taking that orb from him. He's been having a hard time with it, and as you can see, he's coming into there with a pretty large deficit, like a 25-second deficit or something, a 20-second deficit.
It's about 25. I think you were right the first time. And Aquas unfortunately short-armed the ball buster, missing a chance to deal 42% damage of one full form on Mutoid Man. You can deal 168, and you slam that orb perfectly into the top of Mutoid Man's body there, right at the base of the...
So now ETGoHam's got some lobbers, and he's going to do some decent damage with those. Lobbers for Aquas, see if he can get some bank shots in. And he's about... I think he's about to pop this arm. He's pretty close, though. They're about within a half form of each other.
Yeah, half a form, a third of a form, something in that range here. No... I don't know if Aquas died intentionally. If he did, went a little early there. And the weapons are actually favoring Ham right now. These lobbers are doing the best damage.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the weapons have been going, if he keeps getting these good drops where
and
Aquas
takes the lead.
Exactly. He gets these drops and plans them, he's going to be able to run away with this unless
Here's
something like this happens.
For Aquas, though. Being player 2, it's slightly advantaged.
Mutoid Man stays low. We get to use it. It's perfect. Just what he's looking for.
So I'd say Ham slightly in the lead right now. Riding those rockets will get a spreader chance. Tries to manual, but dies, unfortunately.
Yeah, and this is an opportunity for Aquas to catch up now with these lobbers.
Form changes are basically a dead heat, but the weapons are a slight favor to Aquas right now because the spreader is the worst weapon on the final form.
But he gets those grenades and run over, followed by an empty drop. If ETGoHam can just keep piling in this damage, he's going to run away with this. Look at him back up, avoiding getting run over. That was a great dodge.
Great movement there, CHX. You love to see it. Dies there. That shouldn't affect his time, believe it or not. As Aqua's now patting home shots, and it's all over here. It's going to be about a 12-second difference.
Yeah, I just want to say, backing up from that tank like that, you either just get ran over. It's really hard to notice, and if you do it right, it's really good. He did an excellent job of doing that. Probably saved the match for him.
Yeah, what he did was, guys, if you didn't pick up on it, he stopped firing for just like a half a second. You run a little faster when you're not firing, and Mutoid Man doesn't vibrate when he's not getting hit. So if he's charging you and vibrates, he kind of like lunges at you. So he did a good job there to just buy enough space and get to safety along the wall. So it's now 1-0. ETGoHam over Aquas, but a close opening salvo here. We'll have to see if Aquas can tie it up. We have a prediction channel, gambling fun time set up. Sub 6 on race 2. An interesting call here. Personally, I don't see it happening. I think the winning time is going to be 6-2x.
Yeah, sub 6, it could happen, but both of these runners, it's going to be like one of their best runs to get that. Low 6s, though, very in play. If we see a sub 6, that's going to be a stellar run from either one of these runners.
That said, I hope I'm wrong. I'd love to see some sub 6 runs here as we are closing in on the end of the $15 bracket stage here as Oopla awaits the winner of this matchup. And keep in mind, guys, we will be scheduling 4 more matches going forward from this point. We have already scheduled on the top half of the bracket, Brysolf, yours truly, taking on Prince Leaf. You have my co-commentator here at CHX taking on 40 Watt Range. That's a 2 versus 3. And in the bottom, we'd have Jackamus Wedge taking on, I'm drawing a blank here, Mr. Dino. How can I forget Mr. Dino? That's terrible. And Oopla taking on the winner of this matchup. We're underway, CHX. What are you thinking about this particular matchup? What is the key to victory?
I think if we're going to see this match go to Aquas, we just got to have him do what he was doing. I mean, he did a good job. He just needs to get some better drops and capitalize, and maybe on Mutoid Man get a little bit luckier, really.
And you know what? For that sub 6 prediction, maybe we'll see an orb and collect power-ups because they went a long time without orbs. Or in the case of Ham, kept giving them away.
Yeah, like you could see in the last match with Uplo when he was getting those low times how much that orb with the right drops will actually give you in collect power-ups.
And I just want to point out that's a 3-second lead for ETGoHam. Got a sub 39 in the first room. Fantastic. Vulnerability to start for Ham, a spreader for Aquas. Drops thus far, CHX, are pretty substandard.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting weapons, but not the ones you want. And then, of course, ETGoHam gets the orb and gets shrapneled as soon as he gets it.
As soon as he went for that and both started shaking, I thought, oh no, I hope I'm wrong, but I wasn't.
But they give him another orb. Unreal how many orbs he's just getting. Let's see if he can hold on to this one now that he's got rockets.
So there's an example. Despite the RNG favoring ETGoHam, Aquas, just by not dying and playing a little bit better, gained some time and actually took the lead. Did Ham drop another orb? Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, he's just been getting these orbs and they've just been disintegrating as soon as he gets them.
I believe that's 5 dropped orbs in regular rooms now, in a race and a bit for Ham. That is not how you're successful at Smash TV.
And now Aqua's finally getting one, and so he'll have the advantage if he keeps this going.
But here's one for Ham. You like to see it. Let's even it up. Now play well, and you will be just fine. It's going to be about a 2 to 3 second lead.
Yeah, and this is what you want to see. Coming into Total Carnage, you want to see both players with an orb able to clean up the room and really play.
Because he also forced a spawn in by shooting the big group at a door. That's the way to use those nukes. Always have a group to shoot at when you're picking them up.
Yeah, definitely. It makes a huge difference when you can use them correctly. The spawn rate in this game is what makes you be able to kill things faster.
Here's another nuke. Will Ham use it? Chooses to ignore it. With 3 shrapnels, I would have gone for it in a race situation, but it's pretty early in the room. It probably would have been a wash for an advantage. And Ham drops another orb. That's 6.
Yeah, that you can't. It's wow. It's a lot of orbs to be dropping. And Aquas out of there in a 307, and ETGoHam now getting another orb out of there at 314. Unreal.
It's crazy the amount of orbs he's been collecting. He's really got to tighten it up. I was saying before this, Ham tends to be very calm, cool, collected, and just consistent, but thus far has been very rough with those orbs.
Yeah, it's definitely not the typical play style we see out of him.
Spreader starter Aquas can use this to get rid of one gunner potentially. Now gets rockets. That's really great. He's got to avoid all the shrapnels. Loses the orb though.
Yeah, he got a little bit wide with his movements there. Wasn't able to hold onto the orb. At the same time, ETGoHam drops his. Now he's got grenades. They're both kind of running around this room. Aquas is at least doing a good job of not dying, but they're both kind of out of control here.
It's very much a fire drill right now, and they're running around with chickens with their heads cut off. Now getting rockets, and Aquas gets an orb replacement, able to hold the middle for now.
Yeah, he's able. Now he's getting control of the room after all that. Finally, he should be able to stay here with the orb and hopefully just ride this out to the end.
Got a little wide again at the late, and he almost gets tanked. Oh, that was close.
Yeah, plus the grenade on the feet. There's just so much going on there, just all over the place. That was a wild room.
Yeah, neither one enjoying how that room went. Here's an 8th orb for Ham in 2 races.
It's like more orbs than rooms.
I mean, excluding the bonus room, not quite true, but almost. Ball buster for Aquas. That's 42% of a form. And did you see him kill the gunner while he wasn't at the top, or he wasn't at the bottom? His bullets bouncing through Mutoid Man killed that bottom left gunner.
Insane. And you can see that Aqua's got that spreader drop right in the middle. You saw him think about it. He was going to die. Then he realized he wasn't going to be able to grab it. Good move. Gets it. Got some manual damage in. That's what I would have done if I was him playing from player 2 side.
I mean, it was double indecisive, but he ultimately made the right decision. It's too late. I hesitated. I moved around. You don't have time at that point. Plus, Mutoid Man was in a very good blocking position. It would have been very risky. Now, this for Ham is fantastic.
Yeah, that was a perfect spreader drop. He's getting there. He's getting that damage. You saw no bullets coming out of the other side. That means he was getting all the damage in.
Decent little manual, too. He got some extra shots in. Now we have a manual for Aquas. Another spreader, but it's the wrong side of the room for him.
Yeah, he's just going to pick that up, keep manualing. He's got to get these in, try to catch up, because ETGoHam pulled ahead with that really good spreader use.
Final form, ETGoHam. Aquas looking for the weapon. No, it's just delayed and it's empty.
Empty drops for both of them. Okay, Aquas gets some lobbers. What do we got?
Another empty drop. Oh my goodness.
We need to see a spreader right now. If he sees a spreader right now, things could get crazy.
A mistake. Ham tried to do a careful pickup, but that hitbox extends up for Mutoid Man on the final form. It doesn't visually represent where he is. Final form for Aquas now.
Yeah, these grenades probably are going to be enough, though. Like I said, it was enough to just take it out. Getting lucky there, not getting an empty drop. One more empty drop, Aquas would have had a chance to steal this back.
It's going to be close, but yeah, like he just, again, close but not close enough here. Ham is getting lucky in Mutoid Man's room, and that's keeping him alive in the whole deal here. He's going to have to clean up those regular rooms. The Mutoid Man luck can't hold out forever.
I mean, just across the board, the luck on ETGoHam's side has been just dragging him through these races. I mean, he dropped the orb how many times during that race, gets to Mutoid Man, gets all the luck, comes out the victor. It just shows you how wild these races can be. Anything can happen. RNG can go either way. It's an outrageous game.
Outrageous doesn't even begin to describe it, guys. ETGoHam up 2-0. 8 orbs, and he somehow is 2-0. If you hear that I've dropped 3 orbs or 4 orbs in a regular arena in a race format like this, 1-1 is the best you could honestly ask for, and you would be greedy to ask for that.
Yeah, sometimes, I mean, you don't even see an orb, so to see 8 it's unheard of.
Jack and Miss Wedge saying, I feel like I'm watching my match with ET right now. And that's fair. Jack played great regular arenas against Ham, but had the abysmal Mutoid Man luck where Ham riding some good Mutoid Man luck. So we'll have to see if this holds up. I don't think it's gonna. Aquas is gonna strike back in this game and make it 2-1. And then set up a very interesting and pivotal game 4. That's my prediction.
Yeah, I mean, the luck has been on ETGoHam's side, but I mean, the game cannot hold out forever on Aquas. That's what someone's once told me. I think it's true. Eventually, it's going to give up. So let's see what happens. I think Aquas might get the swing on this match.
I think it was a wise man on top of a mountain with a long, bushy beard. Either way, we're underway. Game number 3, CHX.
Yeah, I don't know. People tell me stuff. I don't remember who told me that. Whatever.
It was probably me because I have lots of opinions and most of them are only occasionally right. Either way, a nuke in the way for Aquas, but he did have a spawn in. Now, he could use this nuke to finish the room if he has any idea where it's at. And yes, he makes good use here. And by using that nuke, he basically made it a dead heat.
Yeah, I mean, that nuke was like right in placement where he could run to it, grab it, take out those guys, and he used it just how you should to keep right in line with ETGoHam.
To get some better luck, I threw some good lucks from the MC in there, and look at that. Ham gets an orb, his 9th of the matchup. Let's see if he can keep this one for longer than 20 seconds.
Unreal. And it was right in the center, too. It was a good placement, able to just stay there and melt these dudes away. Looking for other drops, doesn't need those grenades. Meanwhile, Aquas is running around trying to force an orb, gets a spreader, doing what he can, but as you can see, with the orb in the center, you're just going to walk out of there faster every time.
He's making good use of what he's getting, but it's just not as good, anywhere near as good as that first drop orb, especially where it was located. So a solid lead for ETGoHam. Let's see if he can clean up his orb play here and maintain this lead.
Yeah, and as of now, he's looking a little bit cleaner in the room here, staying in the center a little bit more, not really losing control of the shrapnels, so it's looking a little bit better for him this time around.
I'm loving this efficiency here from Aquas, getting nothing, but is doing a very solid job of controlling stuff. Grenade's actually not terrible here without an orb.
Yeah, if you don't have an orb, you grab those grenades, you run, you kill those shrapnels. You just keep grabbing drops in this room, trying to force that orb, because you're not losing time unless the shrapnels are 4 on the screen, so you just want to grab every drop and try to get as many opportunities to get one.
I mean, that was great. 213 with what was very minimally good drops. Ham getting rockets here, very nice, and then a key, which means absolutely butt kiss when it comes to this mode. It means nothing in normal either, unless you're trying to find the pleasure dome, which is
Yeah, Aquas is doing a good job of just keeping up with what the game's thrown at him, using what he can, trying to make an orb happen, but he's just been getting not the greatest drops. I mean, the rockets here will help him out, but compared to having this orb in the center with the drops that ETGoHam is getting, he's really fighting to stay up to pace with him.
And doing great there to grab that invulnerability, stepped around the mine and picked it up very efficiently. This efficiency right now from Aquas. I haven't seen Aquas playing in a while. I'm loving the recognition and the play here. The drops have been atrocious, but man, this is min-maxing at its best, boys and girls.
Yeah, he's definitely taking all these garbage drops and just using them to the fullest, and it just shows how, like, the RNG really does swing this game.
Finally gets an orb here right at the end of Talkers. Look at this. Look how bad the drops were compared to ETGoHam. And yes, I understand 20 seconds back, but has maintained enough, of a touch here that this is still within reach. That is elite level play.
Yeah, he's doing a great job of keeping up to pace. ETGoHam getting grenades, not a great drop.
The orb and then dies. Here's the opening.
Yeah, this is the chance that Aquas needs to come back right here. He gets rockets and then orb on
the feet.
Why wouldn't he? Unreal.
I can't believe this. Great movement by Ham there to not die.
Aquas getting rockets on the feet, I think, and he just clears everything out. He has total center control of the room. That's what he needed. Let's see if he gets more drops. Try to make up some time here.
I am just befuddled by what's been going on. Ham drops another orb. Aquas dies. That's 10 orbs for Ham now that have gone down the drain.
Unreal. So both runners getting a little bit of trouble here, getting a little overwhelmed. ETGoHam having better luck with the drops.
And ends it with the nuke. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, oh my god. Aqua's getting a rocket here. That should help him clear up the room. I think that'll take him to the end of the room. And
he has made up some time, though.
A lot of time.
He's made up 8 seconds. He's only 12 seconds back entering the Mutoid Man room. And if he's able to get a little bit of luck here, Aquas will have earned a game 3. Like you say, oh, you got lucky on Mutoid. I got to say right now, the luck, this is an interesting choice. Oh my God. Gets it. Oh, that was close.
Yeah, I mean, it was luck. I mean, it was a long grab being player 2, but he got some damage out of it, gets the arm. That probably swung him into it did swing him into the lead.
Swing him in the lead. And another spreader. Can't die for that one. Oh, and he picks it up.
Unfortunate. He was trying to die for it. That invulnerability was stopping him, and then he get a larger hitbox with that invulnerability. Didn't really mean to pick that up.
Gets sniped. It gets a spreader. Can he get it? Yes.
Real.
Glitchtoid happening. Glitchtoid. Now in a vulnerability.
He sees it. Can he grab it? Can he grab it? He gets it. Mutoid tried to run him over.
It's no longer a Glitchtoid, but that doesn't matter. Another spreader.
Let's go.
The head. He's got to back off. He makes it. This is a fast time, boys and girls. Now he's another spreader.
And he's making good use of these, making the good decisions. He didn't die for the last 2. He wasn't supposed to die for the last 2. He's just pounding away that damage, getting the drops. Unreal drops.
What is this? Another spreader.
If he was player 1, this time would have been insane.
What in the world? Oh my God. What?
And there you go. That's how you melt a Mutoid, man.
He's slag. He slagged him.
I barely even saw him there.
That was a 101 second Mutoid man.
Yeah, I mean, the drops just came rapid fire, and if the placement were better, it would have been unbelievable. But
If the drops had been in better locations, we're talking about an 80 sub-second mutoid easily.
Easily.
But hey, Aquas survived what was mostly rotten regular arena RNG with some efficient play and making do with what was given, and got the drops in the Mutoid Man room, earned the opportunity, and then took advantage.
Yeah, the game rewarded him for fighting through all of that heinous RNG to get there with just the most epic RNG you could possibly think of.
Like, a discussion that went on between myself and CHX earlier was, what kind of splits the top tippy top runners from that next level down is being able to take what is suboptimal drops, suboptimal luck, and yet still get those lower times. Aquas fought through some bad stuff and just got it done long enough that the game turned the luck around. It's a 5 to 7 minute run. You're eventually going to get something good, and Aquas got it done, getting it to 2-1. Will Aquas tie it up? Oh, that is a valid question here, CHX. What are you feeling?
I mean, Aquas has got to be feeling good after that one. He's got some momentum going. I think that he's going to keep rolling with this and tie it all up.
Personally, I'm throwing a little bit of channel points over at Ham. I think Ham is got to realize that's been 3 games where I've not played well. I'm still up 2-1. Let's clean it up. Let's lock it down, and let's get it done and take a very commanding lead. So I'm putting just a few points. Not a lot, but a few over on Ham. And yes, we are getting a little bit of South Park math in there from Jack and Miss Wedge. How to win in this particular match. 1, enter Mutoid plus 10 seconds behind. Step 2, question marks. Step 3, profit. Makes total sense.
Sounds right to me.
We are underway here. Game number 4 of this best of 7. ETGoHam up 2-1 on Aquas. Let's see what they're going to do in this opening room in Arena 1, appropriately titled Arena 1.
And both of them get the Razor Shield manip. Use it. Usually you take out some guys to the right. They're both kind of standing center now, taking out dudes as efficiently as they can, avoiding those nukes on the feet until possibly the right time.
Too early here for Aquas. Way too early. He collected a prize, which messed up the points queue.
On the other side, though, ETGoHam kind of waited too long, so
it didn't affect him too much there.
Yeah, pretty much like a half-second difference.
All right, let's see what's going to happen on the opening drops here. ETGoHam has been just collecting orbs like candy, and both get Vitamin R. The Mulk is flowing. Rockets for Aquas, Razor Shield for Ham.
Followed by Rockets for ETGoHam, so just Stellar's drops to start with. More Rockets for ETGoHam. More Rockets for Aquas. I mean, they're both able to just melt away this room with what they're being given right now. And you can see Aquas is really, really good with those Rockets. Getting out of there at 118, was it a 117 maybe?
118, I believe, but like a low 118. And I was just going to say, someone's going to have to check on Jack and Miss Wedge. Probably had a seizure from how much great drops were happening there. And now both have an orb, and they're both in there at a good time, so we have the potential for a crazy low showdown if they can keep these orbs healthy.
ETGoHam gets a nuke on the feet there, so that's going to be a little time penalty for him.
Yeah, you'd hate to see that. These Rockets here for Ham.
Almost got another one.
Oh, you'd like to see that. Rockets now for Aquas late in the room. Wisely ignoring them here. Gonna have to see, was trying to save them, but ended up wasting a little bit of time by ignoring them.
Yeah, he could have just grabbed those ones and took out that last dude with one shot. Would have been more efficient.
He was trying to, save it for the next room, and I get the instincts, but it's late in the room, like you said. Pick it up, finish off the last couple efficiently, and it's a better time. Oh, that's unfortunate. Aquas doesn't realize. Oh, he figured it out. You can't pick up a weapon along the wall when you have a Razor Shield.
Not only that, the shrapnel was over there, would have melted his shield, so it was kind of like, what's better? At that moment, he should have just stayed in the center, kept taking things out. It was his best move.
It's so annoying to watch a rocket despawn, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. These rockets for Ham, more rockets, oh my goodness.
And he's just melting these guys away. You saw how he took out everybody in the room in an instant there.
He is just slaughtering through this right now. And despite that, though, the Razor Shield paying off for Aquas and is out at 258. But Ham's not going to be far behind in about a 303. It's a 5-second difference as we have some Taco Bell product placement with Taco Bell as we head in the bonus room. 5-second gap, CHX. These are pretty good times.
Yeah, these guys have been doing a lot more consistent play this game. I mean, Aquas was doing consistent play the first couple of games, but not getting stuff. He finally got some drops. ETGoHam stepped up his play a little bit this game, keeping it really even. Let's see what they get. Rockets for Aquas, all the way in the corner, but still a good drop. He'll be able to clear out the gunners with that and get back to center.
And Razor Shield for Ham, and I love the patience on Aquas there. Recognizing I don't have to do anything too stupid, just kill the swarmers near me, then go get it. Make sure the orb is safe. Ham, meanwhile, drops the orb.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because, I mean, as soon as those rockets dry up, you're start losing time there. Now he's got a spreaders for both of them. Aqua's still with the orb, holding center. Takes that nuke, clears everything out.
A 12th orb for Ham in this matchup.
Unbelievable.
And then rockets, and look at him walking the orb through danger. Well done. Loses the orb though, coming back to the middle on the easy move. What in the world?
That was just silly right there. Aqua's getting out of the room about 4:15, putting up a pretty decent time. And
these are both great times. Honestly, for anything under 4.5 in a race format, especially anything under 4:20 is fantastic.
Yeah,
under
definitely.
Oh, I think this is a good move.
This is optimal for him right there. Perfect drop.
Well done.
Takes it. Gonna get as much as he can get out of this spreader. Another spreader right there.
Can't get to it though. Wait, there it is, and he gets it.
What good movement, waiting, getting it at the last second, not dying, not panicking.
And a vulnerability.
Rewarded with an invulnerability. This is a hot time we're going to see coming. If he just keeps getting drops, we're going to see a low time. Get another spreader.
Gets one more spreader. It's tournament record time, boys. The lobber's good. He used the rockets on the gunner. That's good move.
This is good. This is good stuff. Picks that up. Let's see what this next drop is. He's hoping for a spreader. We got a spreader for ET.
Lobbers are good, though. They're good for consistency. We have a spreader for Ham.
Yeah, if you're going to knock the spreader, keep going with those lobbers. This is a great time. Just pound them away. We could see this record still.
Good choice. Don't cut across the top. Yeah, keep firing. Land them. Will he get it? It's not going to PB. It's not going to be a tournament record. It's another 5-4X. It's a 543.
A fantastic time. He didn't get the drops to get the tournament record, but he used what he got. He played fantastically, and he's going to put up a 542.
542! Unbelievable! That's probably third best in the tournament. I had a decent, mid-range to low 542. We've also had, I think, a high 541. This is incredible. And look at that block.
Yeah, that was just great play, great drops, great RNG. And you saw the patience that Aqua showed by not just going for those drops when he saw them and then dying, waiting till the right moment to pick them up, to get to use them, getting the invulnerability after the spreader, recognizing it, getting it. It's all top play type stuff, and it will show he'll be able to put up a much better PB if he keeps playing like that.
The only thing I would argue against in that Mutoid Man fight, if he'd focused up on the lobbers on the final form, he might have got the tournament record. Might have.
I mean, it's got to be one of those situations where, you're in a tournament play, you're on your game, and you get all the drops start coming. It's a hype moment. You're not ready for it, maybe. I feel like if he keeps playing like this in his real PB attempts, he's going to drop his time immensely.
Someone said, is it a PB for him? Aqua PB by 2.5. I thought he had a 541 river win. We'll have to double check that. Either way, that is a great time. Ties up this match. It's now a best of 3. Who's going to win this crucial game 5? Giving themselves 2 shots to trot on to the next round of the tournament.
Yeah, Aquas does have a 541, so just missing a PB on that run.
Absolutely bananas, that fight. That was, if I'm doing my math correctly, that is like an 86-second Mutoid Man. Anything under 90 is phenomenal. You're at the luck of the game at that point and performing as well. We'll have to wait and see what we get as we get them underway here for game number 5. Aquas on the left, ETGoHam on the right. This matchup is key. You want to get that third key before your opponent. We'll have to wait and see how it shows up. We have a prediction open. Who wins race 5? Get your predictions in now. I'm going to predict right now. I'm even less confident than the last time. I'm only putting 50 over on Aquas because I feel like ETGoHam is going to clean it up here and get ready to just. He did better that time, but he still was a little sloppy when it counted. We're underway, CHX. Race number 5, game number 5 in this best of 7. Winner advances to the $20 stage. The loser will win 15, but is out of the tournament.
Both runners just doing your typical play here in the first room. Arena 1 here, just using this razor shield, cleaning up dudes. Aquas, I think, did he grab a bomb late or something? I didn't see.
I wasn't sure. I'm just seeing that apparently we're getting trolled by the prediction. So Mr. Dino using chicanery and trickery, allegedly. Either way, it was on the feet nuke, according to Jack and Miss Wedge. So Ham with an early advantage. Will the drops favor Ham again early? Let's see. Grenade is not favoritism whatsoever.
Yeah, and then the spreader is going to help him clean that up. It's a decent weapon, but not really what you want to see.
Now, a vulnerability afoot for Ham, but it's in such a rotten location, he may just ignore it. Back-to-back invulnerabilities for Aquas. Nothing earth-shattering. There's the orb.
He did a good job of doing what he could with it, taking out the shrapnel, cleaning up some guys, and then he got rewarded with that orb right after.
Oh, Ham is walking the plank, so to speak, as there was several swings at his body. Those rockets will help maintain touch here. Only a couple seconds back and eat my shrapnel.
Yeah, I mean, he did a good job keeping up with the rockets. He missed a couple of shots on the end and probably would have been tied up if he didn't miss a couple of those shots. That's how close they are now.
And gets an orb, so it should be close. They should have no problem now. Just hold the middle, work on the consistency here, right? Just don't get too crazy and hold it down. Although the shrapnels have built up on Ham.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you can play this room and keep it under control, this room pretty much is like an equalizer for drops. It gives you a chance to even out the race. But if you start losing control of those shrapnels, you're just getting time penalties.
Yeah, you don't want to leave 4 on the screen. That's when you pay the price. It's a 209 here for Aquas. Ham has about 213, so I think that's a 1 second loss in the room for ETGoHam.
Yeah, he had a nuke there he could have used. Decided he didn't recognize it, so
the
unfortunately.
nuke is very risky and eat my shrapnel. If you get it right, you can save up to a second. You get it wrong, you could be up to +2.
Yeah, you have to know that it's the right move when you take it.
So razor shield for Aquas, you gotta like that.
We got some spreader for ETGoHam. He's going to help him just clean everything up. There's a razor shield. That's what you want to see. Rockets for Aquas. So now razor shield rockets can really just destroy and melt everything.
He was a little heavy on the fire there. Didn't spread it out quite as well as he has been, but still did a decent job. So good job there. And now with a spreader, can really just keep the enemies under control. Look at this time. It's going to be pretty dang good. A nuke late, I think. Yeah, Ham uses that. He doesn't have to clean up these shrapnels.
Yeah, he spent a lot of time avoiding it, and he should have just grabbed it at the last second instead of actually letting it despawn.
When you're late in the room like that, even if it doesn't end the room, if it kills off like 2 shrapnels, you're still gaining time.
Yeah, for sure. You might get like a couple spawns that come after that, but as long as you get the shrapnels out of the way, you can clean those up real fast.
And hey, it was equal opportunity for some Taco Bell. Taco Bell, product placement with Taco Bell. A razor shield, great drop for Aquas.
Yeah, the razor shield is what you want to see. And a nuke. This gives you the chance to just clean everything up.
Ham was too aggressive going for the rocket. He will get it, but he dies, and his orb is gone. He's going to have to depend on the kindness of the game here to keep in this one.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, Aquas has just been doing a good job staying center, getting decent drops, and just that death's going to cost him some time for sure.
Oh, Aquas almost drops the orb there, getting that. Speaking of orbs, there is the 13th one for ETGoHam. Picking it up and now holding the middle. They're still going to be pretty close. There was a couple rockets for Ham without the orb, and he was able to use it fairly well. But still, it's a 421 into the Mutoid Man room. A nuke here for Ham. He can finish the room right now.
Yeah, he definitely should have picked that one up. That would have saved him a couple seconds.
9-second gap here. Ham needs to make up some time. Let's see what Aquas can do. Trying to set up the ball buster. What a great ball buster! Oh my goodness, that was a perfect swing. That was very little room to operate, and he got it done.
Yeah, Mutoid Man moved down just enough where he could squeeze in there and get that swing in the perfect location, get that 42% damage.
As you can see, he does indeed pop the arm first, but right behind him is ETGoHam.
Both of them got lobbers, both of them trying to get that damage. ET's kind of focusing on the guy a little bit, but I think they're about a form behind now. Not even. It's about a form behind.
Maybe a third. We have a spreader chance here for Ham. He's not even trying for the ball buster. He still has his orb intact. He almost got shot. This is setting up okay, though. This is a good setup. Oh, he moved off the wall. But he's getting a lot.
Got some good manuals in out of that. That was still good play on Ham's part, using it, going against the wall. Good location to pick for that.
Empty drop, though. Unfortunate. Aqua's probably taking a slight lead here. Grenades now for Ham, and indeed, the head pops first for Aquas.
Yeah, ETGoHam not far behind. He'll probably be about a half form behind if he can just keep laying in the shots. But now we got lobbers for Aquas, equal weapons here. So Aquas doing a better job of landing them. And
Final
then
form, and Ham gets sniped. What's the weapon? Mutoid's on it. What is it?
You can't get it anyways. And this might do it for this fight because ETGoHam has got to catch up to this lobbers. He gets more lobbers. If Aquas can keep piling them,
wow,
there you go.
By Aquas. He didn't really have a chance to use spreaders there. He just kept riding weapon after weapon, and that is how you get those low sixes consistently. Here's a spreader too late for Ham, right as the race is over.
Yeah, efficient lobber shots really do go a long way, and people don't get as much because you just see the spreader exploit as the main move. But
as you can see, that transition damage for Ham really murdered the final form, CHX, but it didn't matter because the race is over, and Aquas, now up 3-2, has 2 shots to move on to the next round.
Yeah, if you're going to get transition damage at any form change during Mutoid Man, you want it going to the final form. It's really the most bang for your buck you're going to get on that fight.
I mean, wow. So going back to that manual spreader by ETGoHam, when Mutoid Man is up against the edge of the room, he can't reach you, but it's a perfect spot for you to just stick the barrel of the spreader inside his body safely and deal a lot of damage. He moved off the wall, but ETGoHam still landed some great manual damage, but it didn't matter after that, as the weapon drops abandoned him just long enough for Aquas to extend that lead and get it done.
Yeah, Aquas just made good use of the weapons he was given. Like, he got lobbers, he was efficient with his fire, and he was able to just pound away at that damage and just consistently take down form after form to run away with the match.
So Aquas now looking to get it done. We have a prediction open. Make sure you read it correctly because apparently Mr. Dino is being a bit of a Riddler out there. I don't even know what that means. Max count happening? Oh, maximum amount. Okay, a game 7. Okay, I understand now. I was confused by the wording. We are underway here, CHX. ETGoHam on the right, Aquas on the left. Aquas looking to seal this matchup. Ham looking to extend it to a deciding game 7. Let's see what happens.
I don't know if we're going max games, but we're going max smash TV right now.
Max TV? Max TV?
Smash the Max Navox.
That nuke for Aquas cost a little bit of time, but is going to be right tight anyway because there was a spawn in when picked up. But still, you don't want to pick that up as the second drop. And as you can see, Ham taking a slight lead in the collect power-ups.
Yeah, really, you can only pick up that nuke as your last drop in that room to use it for a save of any kind.
Looks like the channel predictions are pretty split right now. Both getting a spreader to start here.
Aquas's was like slightly better location, able to stay center, but not really a big advantage either. But now the orb coming for Aquas, that's going to be an advantage.
And also another problem is, if you don't have that orb early or something to control the swarmers, you get an orb on your feet and just lose it right away. Didn't happen there, but that is a problem you can face when you're holding in the middle like this, like ETGoHam is with the pea shooter.
Yeah, and that orb's allowed Aquas to take the lead, get out of there about 124. ETGoHam.
Oh my god, I thought he was going to go for the Governator exploit for a second, and that could have nullified his run if he died. For those who don't know, if you pick up a Razor Shield as you exit a room, you can actually pass through the door with some of the Razor Shield intact. But if you die in the room, you cannot reach the outside area of the room, meaning he would never be able to exit the room, and he would be absolutely screwed.
Yeah, basically the game recognizes you have a Razor Shield even though you don't, and it won't let you walk outside the perimeter of what you would have had a Razor Shield.
This is pretty new tech that we're still working on how it's going to work for us. Governator only discovered this a few weeks ago, so that's something that has turned out to be a problem. I believe Oopla, who won our first matchup of the night, discovered that it can actually soft lock you.
Yeah, so now here in Total Carnage, both with orbs in the center, both looking for weapons. Grenades aren't going to be great. We got some rockets for ETGoHam. He's going to grab those and bring those back to center.
Good job picking off the slightly outside grunt with the orb rocket shot. I don't know if that was intentional, but it was well done regardless. And now gets a Razor Shield.
Aquas with some spreader, so that'll help him clean up. He's gonna ignore that. No, he's gonna wait till another guy comes to pick that up. Smarter move.
And I also like that spreader ignore from Ham. He maybe could have got it and killed 2 shrapnels with it, but he got rockets in the next drop, so it worked out beautifully.
Yeah, most of the time, if a spreader's outside of the center, unless you get the optimal way to grab it, it's not really saving you much time.
Indeed, Gruniatis, that's just a recent discovery. Just as this Razor Shield through a door is a recent discovery. We're still kind of working out the meaning and the possible pratfalls of such a move. But hey, why am I talking about that when we have some Taco Bell product placement with Taco Bell, and Aquas gets a nuke. Another solid opening drop.
Yeah, that allows you to just clean up this area. It makes it a lot easier to maneuver around these swarmers while you got that other turret, which he also took out. So now he's going to be able to stand the center.
Ham goes down, loses the orb. The opening here for Aquas now, it's quite a bit wider. Had a lead already. Still has the orb, and ignored that spreader, by the way, which was just a death sentence of the location on the right side of the room.
He gets a rocket here, he waits, picks it up, doing a good job. Aqua's just doing a good job, not losing his orb, dancing around what he's got, picks up that nuke to clear everything out, and he should be getting out of here with these rockets to really bring him through the rest of the room, I think. He's
been having difficulty getting back to the middle with the rockets intact, but it doesn't matter. We'll be out of the room in a low 420, mid 420, 425. Another sub 6 potential. Rockets here for Ham. Needs to ride these to the end of the room.
Yeah, 425, definitely a solid time. Not the fastest we've seen him today, but solid time still.
Ham gets it done, but it's going to be a 13.5-second gap here. Will need some help. Either bad luck for Aquas or some good luck for him. And no ball buster for Aquas there, so that will help a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know if he tried dipping in once and missed it, but look at this spreader
he was so far from getting killed. Will he get it? Still
gets it though.
Has to watch out for that grenade. It's close, and indeed, he gets pushed into it.
Yeah, he probably only got about half of what he should have out of that because of that.
And Aquas died, but got a spreader on the far side of the room, so was able to use his invulnerability with it, and takes the lead back.
And there's another spreader under there, but he's not going to be able to get it.
Another spreader! Are you kidding me?
Unreal. Back-to-back-to-back spreaders.
Now an empty drop. Was he going to grab it? He couldn't get to it. He's going to try to finish the spreader off. Gets killed. Will he get another one? No, an empty
Another empty
drop, but
drop.
he's well ahead right now.
All right, so grenades to grenades, even weapons, about a form and a little bit, about a form and change ahead.
Yeah, right now Ham needs to see all lobbers or get a gift spreader soon. Oh, Aquas with a great move, a little step back there, able to get to that lobber. Both having lobbers now on the same form, but Aquas still in the lead.
Yeah, Aquas is going to be on the final form right now. Rockets and spreaders
Uh-oh. Oh, Ham's able to escape. The shrapnel almost pinned him in.
Yeah, well, he's got grenades now. That's an empty drop. So unless, though, he got ran over, this might be enough for him to take this away if he gets empty drops.
He's got to be careful because the Mutoid's coming for him. Let's see, can he get him with the grenades? No, he's got to get these lobbers. It's going to be close.
Who's
going to get it?
Close.
Oh, my goodness. It's tight.
Oh, wow.
It's tight, CHX, but I think ETGoHam is forced game 7.
Yeah, that was so close. We are going to have to wait for the final on this because their timers are not even a
I will double check this,
apart.
but I think Aquas cut his time early. I do have to review those to see where they started their timers. So bear with us while we do a quick check. In the meantime, CHX, why don't you run down the matchups to come? Not scheduled yet, but will be up in the next set of rounds here. The top 2 matches, and of course, the bottom here, the bottom 2 sets in the $20 bracket.
All right, well, in the top bracket, we're going to have an epic showdown between the number 1 seed Brysolf and the number 4 seed Prince Leaf. That's going to be just an epic match. I mean, they're both under 5. What I think Prince Leaf's time is like a 5:30 something. Brysolf's a 5:12. They're both just excellent runners. Going to be a great match. Our other top bracket match is myself versus 40 watt range in an epic rematch of last year. This is the match I've been waiting for this whole tournament. If there was one match I wanted, it was me and 40 watt anywhere. You don't want to miss this. 40 watt took me out both times last time. We went every match, 5 in the first round, 7 in our rematch, and it's going to be insanity. You know who I think's going to win that match, but we don't need to talk about that. So, then, in the bottom half bracket, we are going to have Mr. Dino versus Jacquemus Wedge, the 5 and the 7 seed. Gonna be an awesome match. Mr. Dino has a 544 PB. Jacquemus has... Where is Jacquemus? There's so many times it's hard to even find him anymore. Jacquemus has a 546. They're within a second and a half of each other. It's just gonna be a awesome match. I don't know which way it's gonna go. Both runners are just amazing, and yeah, you know, Team Canada versus Team Mexico. We'll see who comes out on top on that one. Then in the last match we have Oopla facing whoever wins this match between ETGoHam and Aquas. So, I mean, that's just going to be unbelievable. We've seen the level of skill coming out of all of these runners this year. Oopla just showed you what he's made of. ETGoHam and Aquas have been putting up great performance today. It's going to be a bloodbath. I mean, there's no way to tell who's going to go home with these. Yeah. That's what we got coming up. These are the prizes that are at hand. All the runners right now are into the prize brackets, I believe. So runners got a chance of going away with anywhere from an SNES console that I custom painted, and all the SNES pads are going to be Super Famicom controllers that I just got that are actually better than the first ones I painted with custom paint jobs done. We got cash money prizes for everybody. it's insane. So let's wait, see the results of this timing, but we're gonna have them coming up soon. More Smash TV action happening this week. Everything's crazy. I don't know what else to say. So it looks like under the review, we're possibly going to have a same sort of procedure that we had with the other match that we had in review, where we're going to give this match to ETGoHam, I believe, under provisional win, and under the assumption that we go to a game 7. If ETGoHam wins, we'll have to do a game 8. I believe that's how it works. Brysoff is going to tell you exactly, but I believe that is what is going to be happening. River win, a provisional win, as in we have a timing on these, and it looks as though ETGoHam won, but we can't frame count these exact to the match, and it is within 1/10 of a second. So I believe that is the way that works, is that it looks like Ham won, but to be fair, because of the lack of being able to actually frame count this, if he goes the whole distance, we have to do a 8th game. I believe that's the ruling. Like I said, Brysoff is in charge of this, and he will let you know.
Okay, so yes, I wasn't fully listening to CHX. I was going with I had to take the earpiece away to concentrate. So basically, it appears that ETGoHam has indeed just won game number 6. However, to eyeball this and call it is too tough. There was a discrepancy in them starting their timers based on the fade outs. And Aquas cut his timer early, so we couldn't get a good feel for the exit to kind of do a comparison. So to that end, we're calling game 6 provisionally for ETGoHam. So we are going to go ahead with a game 7. If Aquas wins game 7, the provisional label doesn't matter. Aquas advances. If ETGoHam wins game 7, we're going to go to a game 8. And then if ETGoHam wins, we will frame count game number 6. The reason we do it this way is so we don't stop the race for like 30, 40 minutes to get an exact frame count in. We're going to keep the action rolling. So Aquas might have won the race here and won the match. But we're going to go ahead and do this as a provisional win for Ham, and we'll then decide whether we have to frame count it based on game 7 and potentially a game 8. All right, guys, that's what we have. That's what we're going with. We had to do this early in the tournament, and the provisional match ended up not mattering. So we'll wait and see what happens. All right, and I do see, Jack saying play game 7, have other comms start out game 6. The problem is it's difficult to download something like this on the fly and frame count. If 40 was around, I would probably put 40 on it. If anyone could do it quick enough, it'd be 40. But the other two people who are trained up on the frame counting are SageX and myself, and we're both in the comms booth. So we're going to go with this provisional approach. We're underway. Game number 7 with a potential game number 8 happening. We'll have to wait and see. CHX, what are you feeling?
This is insanity. I mean, that was just too close, unreal, and I mean, game 7, possibly game 8. It could go either way. Both runners are just, I don't even know. My brain hurts.
Yeah, this is what happens. Like, I've been administrating this tournament, and I've had to make more on-the-fly calls during matchups. And this is why, even if I'm not on comms, I still watch every match, because you never know what you're going to need to do. There's always something that happens. Let's see what happens here in collect power-ups. Razor Shield on the feet, a nuke for Aquas, early advantage ETGoHam.
Yeah.
The spreader, a bit of an interesting choice. I know it's not a great weapon, but you want to force that next drop. But gets an orb, so clearly a manipulation.
Well, he obviously knows how to make orbs appear, so.
Well, that's true. And disappear while we're at it.
Oh, there's one for Aquas too. So game's giving them both an orb to start with here. Try to even it out a little bit.
123 versus a 126. It's a 3-second lead for ETGoHam. Very careless with the orb and then loses it to the swirl.
Yeah, that swirl, that's what it does. It likes to just target it on you. And I mean, you try to shoot all the pieces, but sometimes it just comes there and snakes that orb right away from you.
I mean, he was very loose with his movement, and he dang near lost it twice before the swirl got it. And now he's in serious danger. He's dropping time all over the place. He's just doing what he can, but he's getting nothing to help him with this overload of shrapnel. There's the orb, but he has dropped some serious time, and I think the lead may have switched.
Yeah, definitely. Without any power-ups, just having the pea shooter, you're going to bleed time. And
Actually,
you can see
it's tied. He gave up 3 seconds, but he's tied.
and you got rockets followed by rockets for ETGoHam, able to just melt everything. And then Razor Shield. That's just stellar drops to start the room. Aquas having not really this good as luck over there. This will help, not really, but having that let you the shield let you ignore those shrapnel pieces for a moment, but nothing really to complement it and keep up. Well, ETGoHam getting rockets, just probably running away with some time in this room now.
Ham drops another orb. That's 16 in this matchup.
Unbelievable.
It's just at some point he's gotta stop hemorrhaging those orbs while Aquas continues to maintain them. So if Aquas wins this, that provisional won't matter. It'll go officially. He doesn't recognize now. He sees it. It's a nuke.
You can see how much time he lost just by losing that orb. It just really bled all the time in that room for him.
Quite possibly. So if Aquas wins this race, then Game 6 will be officially awarded to ETGoHam. No frame count required. If ETGoHam wins this, we will go to a Game 8 for the entertainment purposes of the viewing audience. But Aquas still might win based on Game 6 if there's a frame count. We'll have to wait and see. Opening drop is a Razor Shield. Aquas has gotten nukes or Vitamin R on every single opening drop.
Yeah, this Razor Shield's going to be big for him. He lets him take out that turret. Lets him...
And now spreaders all over the place for ETGoHam, but he runs into a tank. Spreader for Aquas. This lead is growing for Aquas right now. A nuke for Ham. Hard to decide whether to grab that when you have that invulnerability, but decides to pick it up.
Yeah, Aquas has been able to just tear apart these guys, stay in the center, just really cleaning up this room, getting better drops. ETGoHam definitely bled some time there.
Aquas, meanwhile, continue to hold it down high again. It's struggling a little bit with the rockets. Gets a full spreader heading to the next room. This is massive. He can pop an arm before Mutoid Man can even start vibrating. He's just got to watch out for the shots from the gunners.
Yeah, spreader coming into the room is like the dream.
He's choosing to take out the gunners. He's playing it safe. Now he's going to go for it. He waited a little too long there. Wasted most of it. So a bit of a mistake, but he still landed some of it.
It was a much safer move for sure. I think he was just going into race format maybe, like he needs to get some damage in. He wanted to take those guys out, and we'll see if it pays off.
With these lobbers, he's going to pop that second arm fairly quickly. Good job by Ham. Get rid of the gunners with the crappy rockets, then switch to the lobber. Second arm pop for Aquas.
Yeah, they both got lobbers, more lobbers for both of them, so they're going to both be pounding in damage. There's a spreader.
But will it be blocked?
He's going to sit right on it, of course.
He just missed it.
Though.
Just missed it.
Gets another one on the feet, though.
Oh, he does. He's not able to get a ton with it. Here's a chance for Ham. Will he get blocked?
Yeah, it looks like he's going to get blocked as well. And
he went too high. He could have been grinding into Mutoid to get that, but he was too high up on the grab.
Yeah, he might have been able to snake that from behind Mutoid. We'll never know now.
So the lobber's landing about a form behind ETGoHam. Lobbers continuing for Aquas with the refill. Weapon advantage should be going to final form here. Indeed. Just keep pounding shots home. Goes for the grenades. I like this pickup.
Yeah, he needed to grab that, get some damage in, force another drop. He'll get lobbers here. That was a good move. Now if he can get these, this should be good enough if he can be effective. If not, that spreader should be enough to take him and take the victory.
good. He's doing good moving around the Shrabbles. This should do it, and there it is. Aquas is going to advance. We will indeed have a head-to-head for our two top contenders for most improved during the tournament. Aquas versus Oopla is going to happen in the next round.
Yeah, Aquas did a great job there at the end, dancing around the shrapnel, avoiding lasers, playing those drops perfectly, using as much as he could, and it just, consistent fire brought him through that match. He was able to be more consistent, put in the damage, and run away with it.
And 17 dropped orbs by ETGoHam. That is your TSN turning point, boys and girls. Unfortunately, ETGoHam is going home, but not empty handed. $15 as a prize for getting this far into the tournament.